This is why I say his plan is insidious. It makes a private institution. Those individuals who invest in the bank and those who are on the board, they make money from it. It's a private money-making instrument. That is different than a bank that can control and handle the United States' financial needs. Part of it I agree with. Something that controls and handles the and regulates the United States' financial needs. But the part that makes profit for private individuals and puts control in the hands of a small number of private moneyed individuals that can hide their doings from the American people, that part, I say, not only is unconstitutional, but is outright dangerous.
So you're not arguing with the constitutionality of the bank in and of itself.
Of a bank.
Only the way that it's been executed.
Of this
so
bank.
What you're talking about is that you want the charter to be amended by the legislature. That's in the hands of the legislature. It doesn't make the original bank unconstitutional.
Yes, it does.
No,
it makes
a bank is constitutional.
It's a private money-making institution. That is different than something being necessary.
It is not a fully private money-making institution.
The vast majority of it is.
Well, and so have the charter amended. The legislature needs to amend the charter. But that does not make it unconstitutional to have a bank. And it does not make that bank taxable by the state of Maryland.
The charter, as originally created, was unconstitutional. You cannot then put it into action and say, we'll fix it later. It is unconstitutional at its birth.
How?
Therefore, you can't. Because of the...
You've already said that you don't have a problem with a bank.
Yes, a bank.
Just not the way that this particular
bank... A mechanism
bank.
for handling the federal government's money. Of course, you need that. But for making private profit, no, that's nothing that's necessary and proper whatsoever. It's very improper and dangerous, and it's certainly not necessary. And to have private individuals in control of it, that's antithetical to the very nature of our Constitution. So it's not just an amendment of the charter, it is the definition of this kind of bank that is intrinsically, at its very core, not a detail at the edges, at its very core, antithetical to the very Constitution.
So if the bank did not have any private individuals involved with it, how would that go?
I would consider it.
We don't have... how would we finance it? How would we finance it?
I'm not
print
the
paper
treasurer.
money?
If our treasurer is such
Bad
a genius,
idea.
if our treasurer is such a genius, why was he unable to find any way to have our United States government finance that did not involve corruption? There's no way to avoid it in his design. He wants it. He's outright said that he wants it.
What he did was he used private individuals to help to finance the bank. And these individuals who are putting their money into it have a say in how the banking is done. Now, if you say that it is unbalanced, again, that's a question for the legislature. It does not make the institution in and of itself
What if those private
unconstitutional.
individuals say, well, they're going to, they want to profit from it, and Mr. Hamilton, being the idealist, the naive idealist that he was, said that individuals who have shares in the bank will not do anything that's not in the best interest of the United States because they're investing in the best interest of the United States. That's his argument. Or what if they think, well, they're going to make more money if we go to war with this nation or that nation? Because maybe they make their money from creating cannons or ships of the line. Now, that war might not be in the best interest of the United States, like the War of 1812 was not. But they make a lot of money from it. The idea that these investors are going to act in the best interest of the United States because they profit from the health of the United States is naive. And again, this, at its very intrinsic design, makes it something that undermines the Constitution. The very idea of the will of the people is wiped off the face of the board with this particular board.